Hey y'all, how's it going? It's your boy Kennard Lewis. We in the flesh. We doing it right. And I'm here today to talk about a topic that I feel many of us should do more of. Maybe we haven't even been thinking about it as much. And that's about giving ourselves credit. Acknowledging the successes, the accomplishments that we have obtained. And that's huge because I understand that we're not millionaires. We haven't obtained all our goals yet. We're not well off yet. We're still traveling. We're going through things. We got trauma, right? But everything that we've experienced is not all darkness. We haven't experienced all failure as well. And to keep that in mind, since it hasn't been all failure and it hasn't been all dark, it's important that we do focus on the positives, that we focus on the moments that we got those snaps, that we did better than we were yesterday, that we obtained a goal that may have seemed small to the world, but it was big because it was a step in the right direction. It's important. The reason why I say it's important because when you don't put value on your accomplishments, whether they're small or big, you make them all seem meaningless. And no matter what you do, I don't care how small it is or what actions you do, they all have value. From showing up to work on time to getting a B compared to a C on an exam to getting a promotion. Each of them have each of those accomplishments, each of those tasks have value. It's important because it allows you to praise yourself a little bit. It allows you to stay motivated. When you give yourself credit for the little things, it just wants you to push forward. It makes you want to go forward. It makes you want to do more in your life. And understand that sometimes we could be on this survivor mode, right? And we have these high expectations for ourselves that if we don't obtain them, then what's the point of praising? What's the point of getting all worked up for showing up to work on time, to working out 3-4 times a week, to finally eating right, to taking care of yourself, to being happy, what's so big about that? To surviving, to just exist. What's so big, right? Because the reason why it's so big, right? The reason why it's so big is because it doesn't happen as often as you might think. It doesn't. There's a lot of shoulds out there. You should focus on your health, right? You should take care of your body, right? You should take care of your mental state. You should be doing well in school. You should be showing up to work on time. And mind you, right? You should do all of that. Like, it's great, right? Surviving, pushing on, doing great things is important. But just because it's become normalized in today's society, it doesn't mean that it loses its value. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Because it keeps you going. And sometimes, with myself, I don't think it's anything. Because again, I've taken on this responsibility, I've taken on this role, and I feel like I should be doing this. There's no point of giving credit, right? But I wasn't doing that back then. You know, I've grown. I'm not the same person. Giving yourself credit isn't just about having a celebration and giving yourself snaps and pats on the back. It's not. It's to be cognizant of how far you've come. It's to understand where you're going. It's to understand that everything that you're doing or that you have done up to this point has proven itself to be valuable because of the person that you are right now. And for you to not take a second to say, Kennard, you're doing great. Or keep on pushing. I'm proud of you. It's those simple small talks, those self-talks that allow you to understand that you have value, that you're doing something. Many people aren't doing anything. Many people aren't doing the same stuff that you're doing. They're not. And for you to take off value because it doesn't look like you think it's supposed to look, or everybody's doing it, so what's the point? We cannot compare our accomplishments or our actions to other people, because when we start doing that, when we start comparing the successes, then we start saying, you know what, there's no point of praising myself, because look, that person's doing better, that person has more, I don't have that, so why should I give that to myself? It doesn't matter. Small, big, it doesn't matter. Like, look, my knees, right? It's like, the thing is, I would love to only praise myself for my health if my knees are 100%. But what about 30%? 40? Why are we not praising ourselves for the progression? It is something, things take time. And when you wait for the final product, then you may not even get there because you're not seeing the value in the small products, in the small things. Giving yourself credit. Who got credit? Who is patting themselves on the back? I don't care how small it is. You have value. You have meaning. You're doing something. And I'm proud of you for it. I am. I don't care whether it's surviving, whether it's taking care of your brothers and sisters while going to school, whether it's doing better on a test, getting a promotion, showing up to work, finally working out, finally eating right. Doesn't matter. They're all great. Survival, living, working on you, they all need to be applauded. So please give yourself credit because it's due, and continue to do so as you move on in your journey. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.